your market recap. I'm Bruce Gorder on the Rural Radio Network. Well, the grain markets were fairly quiet for the most part of the week, and yesterday, Thursday being the final trading day of the week, was no exception. Corn futures finished yesterday slightly lower but near unchanged, especially for new crop December. Soybeans closed mostly 4 to 5 cents lower, and the only bright spot yesterday was the Chicago wheat closing 2 to 3 cents higher. Kansas City hard red winter wheat closed mostly unchanged or close to it. Weekly export sales were solid for corn and soybeans again yesterday, providing a boost for prices. A wetter pattern is setting up for the Midwest that will refill soil moisture profiles in some previously dry areas, but it will also delay planting. That's not a problem yet, but that could change if the wetness continues deeper into May. Meanwhile, traders will be watching the rains in the plains closely this weekend to see if they can chew into drought-plagued areas of the region. It seems that the forecasted areas of rain changed on a daily basis, with the western edge of coverage moving a little further west each day. Meanwhile, we continue to see modest increases in the money flowing support for the grain and oilseed sector, at least for now. Weekly corn sales were solid at 1.592 million metric tons. Weekly export soybean sales were soft at 554,800 metric tons, and weekly export sales for wheat, 76,500 metric tons of old crop wheat. As we look at our market prices, May corn closed down 2 cents at $4.82 1/4. December down 3/4 at $4.66. May soybeans down 2 1/4 at $10.36 1/2. November down 1 3/4 at $10.32 1/2. May wheat in Chicago a penny higher at $5.48 3/4. Kansas City May down 1/2 at $5.57 1/2. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
Farming comes with trade-offs. An extra pass means dinner in the cab. An early morning becomes a late night. Unnecessary restrictions turn into headaches. But when you make Enlist herbicides the foundation of your herbicide program, the trade-offs will be in your favor. Effective weed control that's ready to work when you are. Flexible tank mix options and neighbor-friendly applications, all without the need to jump through hoops. See what you'll gain with America's most trusted herbicide system protecting your Enlist E3 soybean fields at Enlist.com.
The weather is warming up, and so are the weeds. Time to load up the sprayer with Acuron corn herbicide. Applying Acuron before corn emerges defends against weed competition and protects your yield potential. Start strong with an early application of Acuron for cleaner fields, less stress, and more bushels per acre in the bin at harvest. Always read and follow label instructions. Acuron is a restricted use pesticide.
Here's your livestock market recap. I'm Bruce Gorder on the Rural Radio Network. Well, the livestock complex continues to be well supported by traders, as well as 3 of the markets were traded higher yesterday. Beef net sales of 17,500 metric tons for 2025 were up 47% from the previous week and 78% from the prior 4-week average. 3 largest buyers were Japan and South Korea and Mexico. Pork net sales of 20,500 metric tons for 2025 were down 14% from the previous week and 35% from the prior 4-week average. 3 largest buyers for those products were Japan and Mexico and South Korea. Feeder cattle complex rallied relentlessly into the close of the markets yesterday. All throughout Thursday's trade, the feeder cattle contracts were willingly traded higher as bullish undertones continue to be the market's biggest theme. And the lean hog complex leaned into Thursday's close fully higher and is very appreciative of the help of the strong pork cutout values late this week. Pork cutouts totaled 175 loads yesterday, with 152 loads of pork cuts and 22 loads of trim. The pork cutout values were up $2.15 at $94.19. On the Mercantile Exchange, we saw the live cattle for June closing up $2 at $204.07. August up $1.17 at $200.12. May feeder cattle up $2.45 at $286.85, and August up $1.42 at $290.87. June lean hogs up 7 cents at $98.02, and the July contract up 20 at $98.10. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.